Hello, Crystal Cox here from whistleblowermedia.com. Also check out deniedpatent.com. I want to talk to you a little bit more about the I View It stolen technology. Now, I have a pretty good grasp on the story, but there is so much to it. There's 1,200 documents at iviewit.tv. iviewit.tv. Yes, I can spell. Anyway, basically, this group of people come up with an invention, right, about 11 years ago. Now, before this invention, video was all pixelated. Remember how it used to be like, pixelated? And now, video's crisp. It's really small. You can get pretty big for cheap, right? You don't have to have a really expensive camera. And basically, every cell phone, all the cable TV channels, video cameras, ads that you see online within ads, little moving, anything basically video at all right now, is about the I View It technology. Okay, they invented something pretty amazing, which now, and if you're following my videos, you know I tangent a lot. So MPEG LA is actually, if you go to KennethRubenstein.com, you can see more on that, but they're pretty much the ones right now that are distributing this technology illegally by illegal patent pools. Deniedpatent.com, you can check out prosecutorsucks.com, because Kenneth Rubenstein is the patent attorney that works at Prosecutor Rose. So, some of that. Anyway, so basically they invented something amazing! Amazing! Right? What do you do with people like that? Kill them quick! Yes, so they've had attempted murder. I'm acting like this because I don't know where to begin. There is so much proof to this case. But basically, a bunch of people invented something amazing, and the patent attorney stole it, and all the technology companies are using it, and they never got any money, and they've been under complete duress for a decade. That's kind of basically it. However, the battle doesn't end there. The battle will never end. Because what is my motto on this show? The lie will never become the truth on my watch. So we're going to keep hammering it. We're going to keep proving. Every CEO, every change of general counsel, we're going to just keep at it. Some of my sites on that are, the Intel site is CEO Paul Otellini. I think that's spelled OTELLINI.com. Now, JeffreyBukes.com, he's the CEO of Time Warner. Bruce Sewell, SEWELL.com. He was the general counsel at Intel during the stealing of this technology, and he's now the general counsel at Apple. He left under odd circumstances, and I'm going to do a video probably on each one of these people. But right now, this is just kind of some general stuff about what's the deal with this I View It, right? And who cares, really, right? Who cares about I View It, right? You invent something worth millions of dollars today, you probably wouldn't care if it got stolen, right? Probably wouldn't care if your family had attempted murder and you got all this setups and hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent IRS bills and, just crazy setups, almost, some of them forced into mental homes, much more on that later. Psychiatricrights.com, I'm going to be talking a lot about that because that's the #1 way to shut up a whistleblower. Yeah, mental institute. Yes, that was a tangent. But anyway, if you invented something, you would want somebody like me who's, turns out I'm very good at internet marketing, and I'm using that to get people heard. So basically, I'm taking all these documents and I'm kind of highlighting them on tons and tons of blogs and getting on top of the search engines for every single, court clerk and every attorney involved and every CEO and everybody that violated their civil rights, human rights, and broke the law over and over. Now, these are some pretty big people. I mean, they're the biggest of the biggest. I mean, we're talking about Michael Gravy, right? My site on that is Foley dash, not the word dash, but an actual dash, Lardner, Lardner.com. And Michael Gravy was running Foley & Lardner at the time the patent was stolen. he was the general counsel, I think, for the Republican National Committee. He was part of the Bush administration. He's, I think, part of the Obama administration. He was Obama's boss when he was at Foley & Lardner. Now he's running some for the governor in, Wisconsin. And meanwhile, on the Bradley Foundation, which is billions of dollars, he's a really big deal, and he can pretty much do whatever he wants. And well, I believe he's the one that got me put on a Homeland Security watch list for blogging. You know, you might think this ain't true, right? Some people call my house and they get Homeland Security. What did I do? I said, rape is wrong? Pull me off at the border and strip search me. I mean, I didn't get strip searched, but I just turned 40 a month ago, and I've been to British Columbia a zillion times. A zillion's a number, right? Because I lived right on the border. Well, I went up there about 6 months ago just to take pictures, you know, of beautiful British Columbia. I got held at the border for like 5 hours for no reason. I got pulled out of the car by name. They acted like it was a kid at Christmas. Crystal Cox? What do you do for a living? Doesn't it say on your little screen there, I'm a real estate broker? Probably says local shit disturber and God knows what. I was put on a watch list probably by the Lincoln County Sheriff for what? Exposing his criminal activity? Exposing the fact that he took all this fraudulent Homeland Security money and just drove around harassing people or just sitting there picking his nose on some forest road? I'm the risk because I said rape is wrong and you better prosecute them boys for hanging that dog and letting it bleed out. I'm the risk? Okay, well, those things I believe happened. I believe something to do with Michael Grady. That's just my opinion, but I believe somebody that powerful did that. But also the Lincoln County Sheriff. You know, why did everybody on my site, MontanaCorruption.com, why did all of those people stop helping me? Well, because I was, you know, being investigated. I was in, I went on a trip for my birthday and I was pulled aside at the airport. And the gal was really nice, you know, she was a security gal and she said, well, you're a security risk. So, you know, I had some special process. I didn't do anything, okay? Now, Michael Grady, that's G-R-E-B-E, would have this kind of power. Now, how do you block a $13 trillion patent theft? How do you block the patent? Well, you have connections in the U.S. Patent Office, right? Michael Grady does. He's connected to everything. Connected to Lockheed Martin. Now, Lockheed Martin was part of stealing the patent, right? So, basically, the I View It invention is a really, really big invention that every single one of us use every day, and the inventors never got paid for it. They never got any rights. And on top of that, they got salt to the wound every day for like 11 years. And their life has been hell, right? I mean, I think I was violated for when I go to court with this much paperwork. The I View It paperwork is probably like this high, you know. I mean, the proof on top of proof on top of proof, you know, SEC complaints and signed contracts. Time Warner alone has an amazing risk. Hundreds of millions of dollars of a risk to Time Warner.